thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. And welcome to the Skyblock Ironman series. But I didn't really record videos before now, so this is episode 0, essentially. Just giving you a showcase of everything I've managed to do throughout so far. A recap in case I actually want to make videos, because just starting with no explanation makes literally no goddamn sense at this point. So, we're going to be showing you everything going on with the profile. As you can see, my island... We don't talk about this. Dear Lord. Yes, I know, it's a flat, miserable nightmare with an obvious cobblestone generator and just a bunch of chests litter around. I know about what every single one of these does, and if I don't, I can just check. Listen, maybe I'll visually update it. I am miserable in the creative sense of Minecraft, so maybe I'll fix it one day. Who knows? But for now, let's just get to reviewing a bunch of the garbage I've been through. So, why don't we just start off with our skills. Combat, I don't know, we don't really worry about that, you know. What is that? Is that 44? Yeah, I think so. It's fine. Farming we've already maxed. I've taken care of, obviously, gold in every single contest, and although it's an ultimate skin, so you may not have recognized the helmet, full fermento. And I know what we're gonna say. Rancher's boots? Why not? I'm gonna tell you right now, if we go to my garden, my god, it is a nightmare in terms of anyone who actually gardens. Because I spent so much time here, but look, I'm not investing time into these farms. You don't understand. I built them. I didn't even really build them. Almost every single one of these are presets. The basic thing I did was just extensions here, as you can see. Not much, just connected them for plots like sugarcane. We have carrots. The work I did was on cactus and mushrooms specifically. Mushrooms, it's just easier to sort them out by the two. Helps you fulfill visitor orders, although I'm saving them up for composter upgrades because I'm getting close to that stage of Iron Man. And cactus, I made it a bit wider. So let me pull out. And I do have every single one of the tools with Dedication 3, Dedication 2 on 4 of them, though they may not be the ones you expect. But that's the fungi cutter. Incredible. The idea is you can just go through it based on if I don't really adjust my speed much. It usually hits guaranteed the 2 rows and then occasionally gets the 3rd. So the idea is it's a lazy and easy enough layout for your farm. I mean, if you want, you could probably just comment and ask for me to do the specific schematic, but I kept it pretty faithful. I don't think I changed the starting area on this side, but I might have changed it over there for cacti. Incredible. Top tier gameplay. And yes, I know. I don't even know. But yeah, I just cut off the ending area, and I just put like basic cobblestone barriers. But it works to get me gold, and I don't need diamond, do I? Not really. So yeah, and on top of that, since I haven't already mentioned it, we have full rooted lotus. Not all recom because I've been destitute for a long time. We do have Pesterminator 5 as well on every single piece. All of the pests are also maxed out. We've done a pretty incredible job, I'd say, at just getting through it. Oh, and since I didn't mention, I don't have a list. I'm just kind of winging it, improv. But yeah, a fully all enhancements, buzzing Infinivacum Hooverius. Is that actually how it's called? Thought it was just Hooverus. And we got it set to flies because you just get so much wheat. They'll probably fix that one day. Take advantage of it while you can. But as you can see here, all maxed out. And flies are usually going to be your most worthwhile. I'd say pumpkins are probably also worth it because they're a little more of a pain to get. But yeah, once you've gotten all the drops, like all the wriggling larvae as I have, there's not much need for it. Though I guess it's always nice to have pests for here. If you didn't know, though, you can go to accessories to disable the pest drops if you have the Pest Hunter talisman, I believe. Oh God, yeah. As you can see, unorganized night. It totally wasn't a cut because I couldn't find it for literally 2 minutes straight. God only knows. But as you can see, right click to toggle if you ever want to get rid of bonus pest chance. I know a lot of people complain about having pests spawn during your contests. You can also buy the thing here that delays it, but obviously, if you have bonus pest chance toggle on, if you get that proc, you can spawn like 3 pests, and then it's just one more and you're already losing efficiency. And as you can see, we've actually cycled through the Spaceman once before, funny enough. Uh, but first time, he wanted Netherwart. And obviously, if I'm not making the farm, I'm not getting him Netherwart. Sugarcane is our third best crop. Not fantastic, but, I thought, well, I say not fantastic. It's pretty damn good out of all the things I could have asked for. The things we have actually put dedication 4 on, funny enough, are, let me see, are wheat hoe. Some people may complain, but honestly, seeds are an incredible source for the composter, for organic matter, and on top of that, wheat's just kind of fine in general. Like, I want to get through, getting to cultivating 10 and getting 100 million on the counter. I think that'd be an interesting thing to get one time, so I thought it was worth doing. And for our other tool, I believe we already have it in our inventory, the potato hoe. I've ended up putting a lot of hot potato books on stuff. Not like the craziest amount of stuff overall. Like, there's still plenty I haven't. But I mean, if I really felt like it, there's a lot that I've been considering, like even upwards of my spooky armor. Uh, what do you call it? Bat person armor. So I might do that. Obviously, fumings, we're gonna reserve those quite a bit more, but for the moment, I mean, I try to hot potato book nearly everything I've got going on. Uh, but other than that, if we take a, and yes, there's just gonna be spoilers if you care about that, but in terms of our farming minions, we are actually almost done. Wheat minion tier 12, melon minion 12, pumpkin, carrot, potato, mushroom, cactus, cocoa bean, sugarcane, netherwort. Uh, and as for our farming animals, cow tier 12, we got pig tier 12, we got chicken tier 12, we have sheep tier 12, and rabbit needs to get to tier 12. Now, to limit the amount of pain that we're going to be experiencing in regards to this, I've grinded a few of them in the Rift, so a little bit of spoiler for progress in the Rift, but some Berberus fuel injectors are what they're called. And this is a huge speed increase, 15%. Since I haven't beaten floor 7 and I don't have a Hyperion, there's not much I can do in terms of getting flycatchers, so this is a fantastic replacement. I didn't know it, I thought it only worked in the crop minions, but yeah. And I'm almost done with that talisman specifically. We're on the 2nd tier. I've almost got my 8th stack of Enchanted Lust Berberus, so we're about to finish that talisman. But yeah, a tier 9 here and a tier 11 here. Hopefully that gets done sooner than later. I recently got my last pig minion upgrade, and I managed to get the small amount you need. I think I got 1 enchanted grilled pork. I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but he'll get another one regardless by then. For, I think it's the Art of War is coming up, and I was like, I could put that on my plan for combat. I'll spoil that, giant sword, so I'm going for that. So I think this is my plan, is just to get an Art of War, save it for then, because that'll be a nice permanent weapon for a while, since I've not really focused much on magic at all, in terms of weapon damage. But the pig minion obviously has to stay up. Actually, with sheep minions, I've grinded out a pretty ridiculous amount, and I do have quite a few sacks as well. But I specifically grinded out quite a bit of enchanted mutton because there is a reforged stone for mutton that requires Horns of Torment, I believe. And that is just a living nightmare. I have decent fishing, but yeah, have a stack of Horns of Taurus to make Horns of Torment. So yes, I've calculated out for 9. We have all of the enchanted mutton necessary, and I do in fact have every single farming pet level 100. We got our nice bee, which is honestly, outside of the magma fields, my best mining pet. Very sad. We have our chicken with this nice nested skin that was free to pick up. I'm not sure if you can check, but during events you can sometimes get the legacy stuff. So if you can pick it up, this is a very, very cute little thing. I quite enjoy it. Aww, he's so cute. We have the level 100 elephant with green bandana. Still useful because for a while it's gonna beat out the mushroom cow. So for contests, this thing is still useful for, I think, almost the entirety of the time you're in the garden. Unless you go combat first, then you can maybe consider not needing it as much, but the elephant is just worth it if you plan to look at farming anytime soon and you're not ridiculously far down the combat path. Yes, we have a level 100 pig with the flying thing. Oh my god, you see pig. Oh my god, what is happening? Piggy. He refused today. How do you make this work? Oh, here we go. Yeah. What a goofy item. Holy shit. It's from the raffle, Century raffle, I believe. If you were able to attend that event, the flying pig. So dumb, but I think it's funny. Level 100 rabbit. I didn't really use this for leveling much at all, honestly. Mainly because I wanted to worry about the pets. So I just grind it out, like level 100. Sometimes I farm with them, but a lot of them I just claim for visitors. Here is our sheep pet. During last derby, I got alchemy up quite a bit. I'll just cut to it because it's a skill that, yeah, it doesn't matter. I didn't max it. I used it until I had maxed both of the alchemy pets I had acquired. So here we have the sheep, and a funny one, the parrot. I spent probably more than I needed to. I feel like it was 55, or it was like 62, 63 mil for like an epic, which is probably overpay, but I listen, man, you don't understand. People were bidding that shit up. These people, they are disgusting. They are the scum of the earth, overpaying for like just ridiculous items. It's like, bro, just go buy it. You're not an iron. I couldn't tell you what these people were thinking, but the parrot, I wasn't really using god pots until I got the parrot. So now it actually makes it worth it to me. And actually, I've also been using it for the occasional other thing, like, I don't really grind out for the big glowy, mushy, tonic mix-in, but getting it individually, big boost to the time of it. I haven't tested if Parrot works with the garden splash you get for trading in pests. Oh, but it does definitely work for the drinkable potion, which we did actually we do have a few on standby. I just kind of use them randomly. I've granted a few personal bests with them, but they're nice to just have once in a while. Once to harvest Harbinger 5s. They're fun. Not much else to say. Maeve is just a very useful visitor for that point. And I think it's, even if you want to grind up the compost, it's pretty well worth it to get her every time, even if it sends you back like 2 or 3 fermento. Which, speaking of, we have a fair collection of fermento going on here. Not the most. I think I sold a little bit of it to afford like parrot and other stuff, but we're saving up a little. On top of that, this is not all. We have a bunch. I have thrown away so many beady eyes and clipped wings. Got quite a few slugs. One of the things I'm hoping the admins change about it is George gives you piss for these, like a couple thousand coins. Which, for the rarity of these pets, is absurd. Like, I'm not saying they should give, like, the market value, but At least be like, yeah, 500,000 or a bill for a pet. Because right now, these guys are not worth it. Or maybe make a new category of like pet candy, where you can make it with these guys. Feed it to them. Kind of like, Pokemon Go or something. I don't know. Cute, fun idea. Or maybe just make it exclusively for their own pets, so if you consume it, you can level it up faster. That'd be nice for Iron Man and maybe even non-Iron Man. I don't know. But right now, it's just bad for the duplicate pets problem, because we even have a few other duplicates. I don't remember where they all are, but I think Enderman pets I have a few of, and it's just like, I need one more for George. I need like one of these for George, but the other one, what am I gonna do with it? It doesn't sell for anything to George. So, you know how it is. So, on the farming level, if there's anything else I need to talk about, uh, I have both the garden sacks, obviously. They're pretty nice. I specifically have my enchanted compactor set up with like, what is it, 9 out of 10 crops always? But wheat takes up quite a few of them, if you're aware. So, yeah, it taking up 3 slots means I have to trade out cactus for netherwort, but I don't really focus them down, so it's not much of a problem for me. But there is good reason to get a second one if you feel totally inconvenienced by it. I don't as of now. But yeah, there's not too much else going on with gardening. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Oh, did I not mention the other pets? That's probably the only other thing. We have our slug equipped with the green bandana. It's not necessary, but I had quite a few, and I just didn't care. So, yeah, slug's decent. For me, I think since I have all the max stuff, it gives you exactly 200, which means you're getting 3 bonus pests on spawn. Pretty nice for cheesing the wheat contests, if you know what I mean. Getting that tightly tied hay bale drop. Oh, waka waka. And we have our mushroom cow with the green bandana. I mean, this is the quintessential farming pet for everybody. It's not as good for pure farming fortune, but it gives quite a bit if you focus down strength. In particular, one of the things I grinded out was that acacia birdhouse. I mostly let my acacia do it, but I finish it up during derpy, I think. And that gives the most strength, I think, for now. There's one power stone that gives more, but that is Kudra. I have not cleared floor 7. We're not getting that right now. So yeah, I feel pretty confident in my general farming abilities. We're gonna work on these pretty soon for the gemstone slots, but I think in terms of garden, I feel fairly happy. And I guess you know what, I'm a nut for the details. So if you're not, I mean, skip ahead. But oh, I'll clear these guys out. I also like to check Dusk because he can have music runes. I have a small collection of them in my room. Ooh. Ah. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten 2 dedication 4s so far. One on here and one on a bingo. So, that's exciting. If we can get another one. And you know what? Something else, if you're not aware, wisdom applies while you're holding the item. So if you hold this and collect minions or turn in something, you will get more. And funnily enough, I've been leveling up the owl through farming. Don't know if I recommend it, but I just like to use visitors efficiently and all that. Did I miss it? I don't think I missed any farming pets, but pig. Brr, 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 brr. Yeah, I don't know. Farming doesn't have a ton of pets right now. I think it'd be funny and gimmicky if they added something that increases like the chance for rare drops from pests and or like from fermento slash whatever tier of armor you're using. But there's not much you can do with it in the current state of gardening. Oh, yeah, since I'm getting into the nitty-gritty of all of this, we have delicate on everything I thought was necessary. It actually, so this is a weird detail. I don't know if other people know this. It works on sugar cane. You can't break the stalk with it. very funny. It's useful for pumpkin and melon since I have the basic setup, so you don't break the stems, and I don't think I use it on anything else. But those ones are pretty nice. I quite enjoy them, and so I've just had a lot of fun. Sorry, just I'm pausing to check if my recording's still going. It is. All right. In terms of our crop upgrades, we've gotten quite a bit through it. Maxed out wheat, carrot, potato, pumpkin, sugar cane. So entire top row. Melon's done. Cocoa beans done. And we've got all of the others to go. So that's cactus, mushroom, and netherwort. I've been prioritizing these now that I've gotten an acceptable amount of green thumb from my setup. Uh, and now that I've gotten all of the, basic upgrades in terms of sunders, dedications, and as just mentioned, green thumb. That takes a long time, but I feel like it's worth it. And understandably, I think it's probably better for a copper per fortune, not overall if you're going for one crop, but if you're distributing it amongst every crop, it's way better. But it's just like, I feel like this is just so much more worth it for each respective crop. So I don't really bother with it for the moment, but maybe it's worth it. No idea. Speaking of, we do have Green Thumb 4 on our first, and Quantum 4. I just have Quantum because if you roll the random wisdom, it's funny. You get a little bit of extra farming wisdom. It's cute. Or I guess social wisdom if someone's visiting. It's fun. Green Thumb 3 on the rest. And unfortunately, one of these is less useful than the others because if you're not aware, I believe the cloak has now been functionally replaced. It is slightly worse when it's not during a contest for the Zoro's cape from the Chocolate Factory. But during a contest, all the stats double and it is far better. So that's the goal, is that I put Green Thumb 5 on that before anything else. It's going to be very cute, but there's not too much else in terms of equipment and min-maxing here. We've got quite a bit done in farming, more than your average deranged Skyblock player. I don't know how to do detailed playtime, but it was pretty absurd when I looked into it for garden. I don't know. If you want to like listen to music, it's a very hands-off thing. I listen to a lot of videos while doing it. Watching is a little distracting, but usually going audio only on half the videos I watch. Pretty good. So I think the garden does that function well, and the pests have offered something nice that breaks up the monotony. I think it's better than it was at max. I think the main problem I have with gardening as a skill is it doesn't really do anything externally for the other skills. It's basically a source of money generation, and the buck stops there. Like what do I do in the garden that affects anything else? There's the occasional thing, like you get the sugar artifact, which yeah, I've gotten. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in terms of yeah, accessories everywhere. I've got basically everything I can get from here. There's the farming talisman. Ooh. Anita's max artifact. We have the max pest hunter artifact. And if I can find it, oh, there's the speed artifact. Ridiculously expensive and disgusting. Like I said, working on Lustring, I see it. The fermento artifact. Takes a while, but I mean, 30 farming fortune is nothing to, sneeze at, cough at. I don't. What is the phrase? Oh, I'm a fool today. What do you want? Get out of here. Yeah. And there's kind of a semi-related thing that I'll finish up talking about. If I missed anything, I can go over it in the future. But I've actually grinded out all the golden carrots necessary to get the ultimate slots, so we have all 3 slots going. Pretty incredible in my opinion. It was monotonous, but we got it. And so I'm exceptionally happy about this. You know what? This is ultra dorky stuff, but I basically got all the free stuff done here. I've been working on. I got a few gems to get the ultimate Fermento head, so I spent that on I'm working on, I think, the last sack of sacks, and I got ender chest pages I'm getting every once in a while. So that's fine, in case anyone wants to know. And as a final recap for farming, I forgot to also mention cultivating on every single farming tool because I'm a dork, and I think all of it except like mushrooms and or cactus is 9, but those two are like 7 or 8. So we're doing pretty good in that regard. So let's take a look at skills. What's next on the docket? Oh, fishing. That's a lovely thing to... Dear God, they're on the trees. I should just close it up. It's a nightmare. But you know what? We don't care. So, in regards to our fishing setup, I mostly keep it in one box. I know, miserable. But like, listen, it works in the moment. It's fine. So far, we've gone decently hard on getting through fishing festival stuff. We have all the Finwave equipment with Snowy, and I have these three obviously provide quite a bit of fishing speed, but over here is the more optimal fishing chance or sea creature chance lineup. I get it. Salty Rod of the Sea. Managed to get through it. Not too bad. I thought that was, well, early fishing can be kind of a pain, but I got through it. Salty Magma Rod with double hook 5, fishing speed 5. I grinded out even after the attribute update was announced. I've been grinding it out quite a bit. And personally speaking, I still think it's worth it as an Iron Man. If you're not an Iron Man, who knows? But right now, it's just nice to get benefits, especially since, spoiler, I'm not finished with worm fishing. So yeah, that's going to be a joy. But we have, I think, the max. I should probably get one of those cute mods that show rainbow everything. But for our sea creature chance rod, we do have pretty much the max of everything except for, I think, Piscary 5, Piscary 6 it was, because you get that from like the zombie miner. I don't know what he's called, from the Crystal Hollows when you're water fishing. I I'll go for it at some point, but obviously not my favorite. We do actually have a trophy fishing rod. Dear God, I hate my mouse. It's a Temu mouse. It's cheap as shit. I hate it. I'll be replacing it at some point. But we have a magma rod for trophy fishing. Not as crazy. Trophy Hunter 4, fishing speed 3. But I like it enough. It functions. Specifically in regards to fishing, trophy fishing, since I haven't really addressed it. Since I feel like it's, well, God, I am tongue-tied. Specifically, if you want to know how far we are, why did I go to the... I don't need to go to Odger for this. I'm losing my mind. I have the bronze trophy fishing sack and the silver trophy fishing sack. So that should speak to how far I am. Recently I just thought, fuck it. I'm doing this weird thing where for the entirety of silver trophy fishing, I did not buy any of the Essence Shop perks for trophy fishing, and I'm only buying gold now. Because I know it sounds stupid, I don't want to increase the chances for diamond. I'm trying to get through them one at a time. But yeah, we got silver. And yes, I did the thing where I max out the stars on it so I can salvage it later. Not museum donated at all. We're gonna get that free stuff. Especially after I found out how torturous it was to get gold magmafish alone. Yeah, I'm not gonna take the time to grind out that much. I mean, I would, but if there's a time save, we'll use it. Anyway, back to the island. We have most of the basic stuff out of the way in regards to fishing. Let me find the chest for the extra garbage we have. Just a bunch of stuff. We're working on Emperor Skulls as always. I have a Winter Water Orb I was able to make out. I have a bunch of free stuff. We have crafted full Werewolf armor, which is nice. Got a random Bobbin Scriptures. Obviously, I can't really do much with it. Bunch of Great White Shark Teeth. I don't remember if I needed to do anything with them, but I'm assuming not. Oh, God. That should not be there now that I have a sack for it. Bink. And, yeah, not... Oh, I forgot to mention. So, Hilt of True Ice is here. I've gotten 2 of them, and so I salvaged the other for Ice Essence. Because Uh, yeah, if I ever want to make it, we actually have two ice minions working on various stuff. One is tier 12, and I think one's tier 11, because I just don't bother going to the Minor Island most of the time. So, and getting a bunch of enchanted ice that's not packed. It's annoying. So I don't bother with it. But yeah, I should probably put the fishing EXP boost on my one of my pets, but I already have it on the most important one, which we'll see in a moment. But we have a tier 11 fishing minion, and we have a tier 9. And you may be wondering, you already have them maxed out. Why not just use clay for XP? Well, number one, using 3 tier 11s for XP, and for a little extra money on the side. But on top of that, you may have forgotten I'm an Iron Man, or you may not realize, if you don't get, to get the legendary whale, which I think I only have the epic, I don't remember off the bat, because I don't use this thing very much. It is actually still pretty decent in dungeons. You need 8 cooked fish. 8 enchanted cooked fish. Yeah, so these guys are still up, and they provide a bit of XP on the side. These guys, pretty decent too. I'm already at a fairly healthy level, as you saw. I mean, yeah, 30, not bad. But it helps with leveling pets, which is one of the things I like to focus on the most. And yeah, I got this empty jump cap bucket. I don't know, it gives you 4 fishing speed, but it's usually not worth it while water fishing. As for fishing pets, I think I have all of the base fishing pets. Guardian, I think I have 2 extra of it. Uh, and we've got a few, decent ones. We got the Ammonite, of course. Probably the sea creature of choice for most people for most of the game, because good sea creature chance is hard to beat. We have the Megalodon. This thing, after its buff, is insane during fishing festivals. Absolutely worth getting up a little bit if you haven't already. The thing I spent literal hours just sitting in the fucking park trying to grind. The squid. I hated getting this thing. I hate how it's just completely RNG treasure fishing, and yet treasure fishing is like you have like a max 20 to 25, what is it, like 30% chance of treasure chance while fishing. Awful, miserable. They need to change that, because sitting there for hours was one of the most tormenting things I've ever experienced. Treasure fishing is not fun. Reindeer, it's pretty worth using while you're on the island. So, the double ice essence one is surprisingly good for yetis and things. Flying fish, I've got a few drops. My first was legendary. So this is fantastic for trophy fishing, specifically because of the fishing speed boost. So I'll often use it. But yeah, oh, dolphin, we just sold all the others. I'm the type of weirdo who didn't sell my legendary rock and just leveled it instead. Not worth it. Don't do it, because it takes a little bit to level it up in terms of coins. Yes. But getting coins early on, way more worth it than that. So yeah, I've heard the dolphin's okay, but I don't know. If you go fast enough on mining, the Ammonite's just great. But obviously, that's a nucleus run drop, so I can understand if you're wanting to skip over it. Otherwise, what? The whale's technically a fishing pet. It's good. I run tank in floor 6, and even at epic, this thing's great. It really does help. So I think it's just a worthwhile pet to get. We have neglected to mention, this is my best setup right now. 3/4 shark scale, and we managed to get the slug boots. I tried a little bit recently to get more, but I've only dropped slug boots. The game is really not liking me on that front. So I don't know what to do about it, but this is fine. We'll take the slug boots. And since I didn't mention it, something funny that's actually pretty worthwhile to grind out is the Nutcracker armor. This is an upgrade to the snowsuit, which you think, but that's not a fishing set. This is, for some reason, doubles all its stats, so it's 3% while it's on the island, but it's also my Magic Find set. It just has Magic Find, which it's only 2 per piece while you're not on the island, so it's not great, but it's the best I have, since I am not much of a dungeons player. I I could not tell you why it has magic finds. And now to something that I've been working on pretty hard recently. Mining. A very, very fun skill, actually. I quite enjoy it. Right now, we're at 3/4 Devon. With Yogg, I do have a full set of Yogg. But, yeah, Devon's just better when you have Jaded. But on top of that, we have some pretty nice gemstone looks. I even unlocked 2 slots just because, yeah, I thought it'd be fun to get a perfect Jade. And so, we also have, right in here, 3 Devon fragments. 8 for that chest plate, so we have 5 remaining until we get a full Jaded Devons, whatever you want to call it, because we indeed have 2 Jade Emeralds. We can get it. So that is going to be pretty incredible. I also, specifically, after grinding out a bunch of robot parts and stuff, while waiting for it to finish in the forge, got a nice pickup that I had just finished grinding out. The Mole. Gave it the 40% mining EXP boost that I think I just bought on Bingo and just let sit in a chest somewhere until now. And yeah, took me like 2 days, because I had them off, but just grinded out this damn mole to level 100. And the main reason, Archaeologist, good, but a lot of people like to grind parts before. I don't, so it's more useful for me, but not fantastic. 100% chance for Professor Robot to ask for one less part. Pretty decent. Not having to have as many robot parts, especially on Iron Man, God tier. But you know what's really God tier? An extra chance. Actually, 100%. So it's not just a chance, 100% guarantee to receive an extra drop when completing the crystal nucleus. Now, I already have, funnily enough, the, oh god, what's it called? The, extra nucleus drop from Diamond Essence. So now we'll have another extra drop. The game has been truly mean to me. I went like over 10 runs without seeing a Devon fragment, but I saw like 2 or 3 Fortune 4s. Why? Why? Why on earth? Fortune 4 is like the fucking one of the worst drops on Iron Man because you put it on like 2 items, maybe 3, and then you're done forever. It's bad. But, you know, we live with it. I do also have the 2 precious pearls, which I'm pretty happy about. Can someone tell me what these fucking jungle hearts are for? Also, can someone tell the admins to put real sell prices on these helixes? They're like worth 10k. They're nothing. Specifically, I got the mole drop from the nucleus runs I was doing before, which was very funny. I guess I didn't realize. It took me actually a few days after I got it to realize that, oh yeah, it doesn't have a requirement. The other ones you have, the other ones then the helix fossil, and the, I forget what it's called, but the fossil for the mole, all require you to turn in the fossil before you can actually craft at the forge. But specifically the mole and ammonite don't have that requirement. So, very well worth it on Iron Man. At least I think, if you don't want to chance your luck as much. Depend a little more on just getting extra drops. That'll help weather bad RNG. Don't you love how I'm the type of guy who just keeps opening these? Look at this Super Boom TNT. Very relevant to this. Also, it glitched out and gave me a second chisel. I don't know what to do with that thing. Oh yeah, there's all the Fortune for Sir! Oh Jesus, I murdered his stock. Never mind. Keep moving. Keep moving. We got some good old mining stuff to show you, though. Oh, it's literally right here. So, the Auspicious Gemstone Gauntlet. By the way, do you see Efficiency 5, like, up there? Why does it do that? Why is Efficiency 5 above Breaking Power 9? I don't know. It boggles my mind. That's just, like, the smallest thing they need to patch. But, of course, we have an Auspicious Gemstone Gauntlet. Not recom, because, you know, I'm destitute, and I don't do much dungeons due to that. We got the Perfect Jade, the flawless amber and the perfect topaz with fully maxed compacts, fully maxed pristine, and Fortune 4, and we got a few extra funny things, because I've been using it since I grinded out in the glaciate tunnels for leveling up my mold to level 100. We got the funnies like First Strike 4, looting 4, which definitely worth it, honestly. Definitely worth it, because specifically over that grind, I've gotten quite a few of the glaciate shards. They're not as rare as you'd think when you actually kit out your gauntlet. So definitely worth it. 10 out of 10 recommend. But I'm not gonna kit it out with everything because that's stupid. It's my mining implement. I don't care. But yeah, it's pretty decent. On top of that, obviously I've grinded out like the mineral set. Just good if you want to go gold mining or cobblestone mining if you need all your enchanted compactors still. Stuff like that. Very useful. I still got my Yogg. Obviously can't grind out Sorrow due to the ghosts being a problem, unless I want to go at, like, snail speed, which, no thanks. I'm good. We have a bunch of excess crap here. I was just making fuel tanks because I had a bunch of enchanted coal blocks sitting around. Refined titan mithril, a bunch of refined diamonds because I get plenty. Extra hot stuff because that's just good when you don't have a better reforge early on. It's cheap and it gives you a bunch of mining speed. Extra power crystals. I finally got a pure mithril gem for my mithril golem. And then I looked it up and it turns out it's worse than Bow for magic find. Because Bow's like a 20% boost. So if you want to skate the mine, it doesn't work. By the way, no skate though. Cringe. I'm joking. I probably need to do it more. Some golden plates, Oh my god, I have another one. Oh yeah, that pissed me off. I have a recall potion. Can anybody tell me what this is for? It's cool that it's rare, and it lets you teleport anywhere in the crystal hollows, but... Is this like a one-time use, actually? I haven't looked it up. I probably will later. But, like, if it's a one-time use, that makes this thing useless. I am not fucking joking. These two flawless sapphires were from powder mining. I got them completely randomly. Just like in a chest. And it was less than 20 minutes apart. So that will help on my quest for a perfect sapphire. Yeah, we got like refined umber. 13 suspicious scrap. I was using it initially, but I don't think it's worth it with a bad chisel, so kind of put a stop to it. Otherwise, here's the Yogg. There's this NPC that gives you mining pumpkins, and I thought, I bought a few of them. Looks okay, Splunker 5, so it's like a bit of extra mining fortune, right? So, I mean, when the next contest comes up, or what do you call it? It's Mining Fiesta. I'll use it. Never really attended one of those for money making, but that's the whole point of me going for Devon's armor. Otherwise, I think I have every single mining pet in the game now, and a fair few level 100. Though wrong. With the spooky cupcake, you need speed when you're sitting on that rock if you want to go at turbo speed. So, of course, we got it. The mole, as mentioned before, wanted to get through those nucleus runs. Silverfish is just like your first mining pet. It's incredible. You get a bunch of extra mining wisdom. And leveling up faster is never a bad thing. The snail I grinded out first before the cow. Totally worth it. It made the cow grind less terrible, and it's just really good. As an Ironman, you need this snail. Not because I've really had to manually grind for this stuff much, past the pets. I mean, if you want a lot of the stuff, that is a pretty fast and efficient option. But hardstone mining specifically is the reason it's been incredible. I mean, if you know about hardstone, oh, yeah, if you are not aware of the nightmare that is hardstone, to make an enchanted hardstone, you need 9 full stacks of hardstone. And hardstone, if you're not aware, which is just, the stone that's strewn about in the crystal nucleus, is not affected by regular fortune. terrible. And on top of that, if you want to make a concentrated stone, which is the other compacted version, 9 stacks of enchanted heartstone. What's that? You didn't think there was enough for the recipes? Oh my god, you sweet summer child. But haven't you consulted 16 concentrated stone for tier 11? What's that? There's obviously a tier 12 with 32 concentrated stone. Okay. Okay. Well, it's been a long time coming. But as you can see there, we're through quite a bit of it already. We're getting there. Silex is not much of a consideration for me. But yeah, I'm working on tier 12. We're almost through it. In terms of our other mining minions, we're mostly done. I've gotten through quite a few of them. Obsidian I've been ignoring because I just don't care, but glowstone, got 2 gravel at level 11 set up over there because it's just good for the tarantula silk, as you know. And I don't like it. I set up the sand minion because I legitimately did not want to mine with the snail because I despise it. You know, whatever their names are, I think Zach is the, Zach? It's not AH, is it? But that Ironman player, who is very impressive, love his stuff. He is correct about the torture that is snail mining. Awful. Truly terrible. My selling I've been working on a bit. I'm not hard focusing rep, but I do dailies if I like the rewards. We got the Ice Minion tier 12, obviously. Snow Minion tier 12. It's not hard to do. Not really worth using, I don't think. Well, I have one up. So he makes money and a bunch of diamonds. And then the snow is just extra money. Is where the money comes from. Coal tier 12, iron tier 12, gold tier 12. Iron tier 12 is shockingly useful, by the way. Coal is very useful because if you want to eventually get up to like the max magma bucket tier, you're gonna need a lot of coal blocks, which is nice. But you really, if you want, you could just coal mine. But iron mining is torture. Iron minion is a godsend. You want him. Gold minion's not very useful, honestly, because gold is just easy to get. Diamond again, not very useful. Lapis shockingly useful, because lapis mining again, they just don't come in huge veins. So I have one down right now. Redstone minion, arguably not as useful, except in the early game when you need accessory bag slots and the various personal accessories, like the personal compactor and personal deleter. Emerald minion, very useful because I don't want to emerald grind, and I still have some museum items to get out of the way. Quartz, honestly, you could mine for this. I just have refused, and I got the tier 11 down right now. He'll eventually make himself a tier 12. Endstone minion is trivial. Like, you just mine in the end at end nodes, and you get it. I think I had this guy down for like 10 seconds, and I thought, why do I have him down? Mithril tier 12, people, I've told people in public chat before, and they hate me. Look at this fucker. He's got a mithril infusion, the enchanted lolly. People hate me. Listen, I just haven't been mining actively until now for a while, so I just have him down. And he's made it, so I got a lot of my refined mithril out of the way. I already have a tier 3 beacon. Tiers 4 and 5 are a little gated, not just behind a ridiculous amount of mithril, but ghost items, so we're not really doing it. But this is good for fishing contest or marina if you want to lava fish. 3 sea creature chance, nothing to sneeze at. It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. And yeah, I feel like I've made pretty good mining minion progress. Not to mention, there's some of the best minions to have down, because unlike stuff like the sheep, you can just let them go forever, and making the blocks when you're on Ironman doesn't really matter, because it's mostly the enchanted blocks of the stuff you'll be using for late game crafts. Unlike, fully compacted cooked mutton, which is just, why? Why does it exist? I understand why you can't decraft items, but let us choose the tier the minion compacts into, please. They don't have to, but it's just something you have to be very, very cautious about. But for now, the 2 tier 11s I mentioned earlier, tier 9 and tier 11 and tier 12, ice minions, maxed out tier 12 with Mithril Infusion guy. I think I also have the Mithril Infusion on ice. I've done it for a couple minions that I thought were particularly useful. Mycelium, he's okay. I try to collect for the Enchanted Mycelium because I still need another tier that requires Enchanted Mycelium. And I think a lot of the crafts, including the keys, require not cubes, which sucks. But I'm not really huge for fighting. Emerald Minion, people are gonna be mad. I'm the type of guy who likes to keep my items in the museum, so I donated a non-don I gave to Romero for the quest line an emerald blade, and then made another one to keep in my museum permanently. Because I was like, yeah, it adds museum value. I think it's funny. It's real funny. I don't know. It would be fun to have a bunch of museum duplicate stuff. So, I have that on hand. Lapis. Redstone's been somewhat useful. It comes up with drill upgrades. I do not have a drill, obviously. And, it's gonna take me a bit. Whoopsies. But, what else was I on about? Oh, yes, mining stuff. So, we have, of course, fully completed commissions. So, of course, it's not assumed. We have a maxed out, refined jungle pick. Nice if you want that extra 0.1% chance to drop. And it seems to actually be literal in the text, which is shocking. It's only for ores, so it doesn't actually proc on hard stone. Still good if you hit the coal or other veins while you're just powder mining, but why? Why is there a distinction? I don't know. But, sometimes admin's gotta admin. As for equipment, we're not really crazy. I only have ever gotten one glistening reforge, since I can't really kill the glares, or flares, they might be called? Yeah, the flares for gazing pearls. I'm getting them from dailies at the Crimson Isle. So here's my one with, there's a reveal for the rift. I have completed it. I don't really need to show. I'm basically done. I have Vampire Slayer 5, but I don't have everything. I got one of the necessary accessories for, the Unfanged Vampire part. I made it for the Rift, but I'm keeping it in the Rift just to make life easier, especially if they ever add more Rift content. And we still need all our McGruber's burgers, which is going to be annoying. Otherwise, we have this brilliant Vanquished Glowstone Gauntlet. You may be asking, does it matter that it's reforged? 2 speed for the snail. Yes. Awful. That's the snail grinding. Also, get this out of my inventory. Bye. But otherwise, I mean, I've gotten a decent amount. Oh, Heart of the Mountains. Pretty important, if you ask me. So we did a little mining off screen. My powder. This is what I get back. Yeah, just a little bit of gemstone and mithril powder. Just a little bit of gemstone and mithril. Yeah, we went kind of crazy. And even Peak of the Mountain is everything except Glaciite, which is pretty nice. My current setup, which I was doing for grinding up the snail, we did most of the basics, like mining speed, mining fortune. We get daily powder, efficient miner. So using Mine Man, of course, for XP. Mining Madness is just free. Skyball is just free. You don't have to invest any powder into it, and it can give you some crazy perks. I've heard 5 times titanium as of this last update is bugged, but none of the other things they said were true. I'm assuming they're just wrong and mistaken. And 10 times chance to find golden and diamond goblins, god tier. Because if you want to grind out diamond gobbies for that pure mithril gem, just useful. Orbiter, I just maxed out because I have enough mithril powder. I just got it so I could get front-loaded. This is something no one ever talks about. Front-loaded works for the first 2,500 ores. You get 100 mining fortune? What? This thing is like the greatest. I don't know why no one ever talks about this. It's incredible. In particular, mining fortune 2. We got mining speed 2 maxed out. Lonesome miner. It's just here so I can get it. I would have gotten these 2 instead, but I don't have enough tokens, of course. Professional I didn't max out because I wanted to max out powder buff. I'm trying to get daily glaciite powder every day. From my nice daily powder. And actually, a perk I wasn't aware. of, until a little bit ago, daily grind. This works for every zone independently on the same day. You could get, assuming you get double powder, and assuming you have powder buff for 50% more, you get like 15, or what is it? Yeah, it's like 15,000 powder every day for Mithril, Gemstone, and Glaciite, if you're autistic enough like me. I can say that I'm actually autistic. Yay! Yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously, I'm still a little lacking on it. I invested a lot in a strong arm because it helps you get through the commissions faster. No Stone Unturned is pretty useful, though. Quite happy with it so far. And Fortunate, yeah, it just gets me through the gemstones faster. I do have enough if I rearrange it, though, to, like, max out Mole, Great Explorer, and Powder Buff all at once. So that's pretty nice. There is one disappointing thing that I didn't think about before I reset it. I didn't get mining speed boost. This thing's like god tier, but I didn't want to look at the cave or titanium insanium, which is not bad. Very essential, I'd say, but I've not been focusing on titanium, so until I need to. But yeah, it's a pretty great tree. We're going to tier 9. We're way closer than I thought I would be by the end of it. So we're actually almost to a decent level. Too bad these perks aren't the most influential. I think this one's pretty good, actually. But the other two are fine. More fortune and more speed. I'm assuming this caps out at 100 and 200 because 1 per level, 2 per level. Not exciting in my opinion. But it's something. Same with my... This is decent, but I just didn't have enough tokens, and it's like... Eh. Still, I think it's fairly nice. We got a fair few crystals actually found. And I've found the Peridot like once more, which irritates me. But I kind of also want to save up for everything else. You know, all those ridiculous crafts. So that's going to be a fun, long-term idea for everything. And it's tangentially mining related. But I actually have the Stellar Titanium Pickaxe. Titanium Pickaxe is a great thing to use for ruby mining because early on because of breaking power 6 being on it. So you don't need to rely on Pico Nimbuses. Though if you do, Pico Nimbuses have better breaking power and they give some decent mining fortune and stuff. But this is permanent, it's consistent, so it can be really nice if you don't want to have to go through it. But specifically, this is the reforge you get from using, I think, 512, so 8 stacks of Starfall, which makes it so you do 1 extra damage to Star Sentries, which is kind of bad because it's actually per hit you get drops for it. However, it also increases the chance for Starfall to drop from them by 20%. So essentially the trade-off is it becomes more consistent for your Starfall gain, but you'll get less hits. It's fine. I think it's totally worth it. Helps with grinding out Starfall if you really need it. I haven't needed it too badly because I don't have this thing on all the time, but it is useful. So in the future, I think it's definitely worth going for. As for other stuff, these I actually have. Gemstone Drill was before I had the Gauntlet, obviously. And I did just slap on Fortune 4. That's how many Fortune 4s I have. I had like 3 in there, and I was able to put it on here, and my Gauntlet, and my Jungle Pick. Why? I don't want it. But yeah, these, if you're not aware, give extra gemstone powder while you're holding it. That's nice, so if you daily powder with it, you just get more. Very useful. This is the maxed out mithril drill. Well, not maxed out, but you know what I mean. Like, highest forge craft of it. 20%, and it only takes you the first tier, and then this is the second and highest tier. 20% extra mithril powder is good. I think it's worth it if you just spend a bit of extra time. Definitely was worth it to me, at least. So, absolutely for consideration. Otherwise with mining, is there anything else that I'm not thinking of? Oh yeah, did I finish getting through my mining pets? I don't think I did. Wither Skeleton level 100. I was just turning in comms with it, so it's whatever. Mithril Golem, I just use it while I'm mining Mithril. It's useful. Armadillo. Funnily enough, I got it to like level 95, never putting a boost on it. Must have just forgot. But, it's not very good anymore. It's actually pretty decent when you don't have a better mining pet. but like I just maxed out B and then it became my default. It's whatever. I think the energy thing kind of sucks for Armadillo and makes it useless. Though it's better than it being overpowered, I will say. Uh, yeah, the mining pets aren't very exciting, but we got most of them. We just need the Skatha. Yeah, I've got most of my Skatha kills done, and I have the perk maxed for getting Skatha chance. I just didn't get it. Didn't go that hard into Skatha grinding, and I think I got a bit unlucky, because I almost maxed out the Bestiary. But, not essential, just would be nice to have. Oh, I forgot to mention, he's not a mining pet, but I forgot to mention, we're working on Bal. He's level 86. I'm just doing it through mining. I don't know when they're going to institute the change for percentage of stats to just 2 pristine, or I think it was 3 pristine. But I'm trying to get some use out of them, which is why I've been grinding up mining, getting the Devon set up so I can make some easy money right now. Alright, next up. Is there anything I have to say? Actually, there is, I guess. So, our setup is literally just a toil tree capitator with efficiency 5. That's it. I have every foraging minion maxed out. I'm not going to hover over them. I don't care. We got a bunch of the stuff out of the way, actually. Like, I have all the pet crafts done for it. Uh, why did I go to this menu? Just clearly not the correct menu. Wolf is one of them. I think it's Spruce. We have our jungle craft in the Ocelot, which I just swapped off my Spirit because it hit level 100 while I was doing that mining stuff. So now I'm leveling it up with an EXP share. Level 82, Legendary. I don't remember, I think I got it Legendary. If I did, cringe. Epic's all you really need for now, unless you're at the point where you want more pet score, but yeah. And we do have the monkey. I got a 50% pet XP boost. I actually grind wolves, not over there. I did it for a little bit, and I got the 50% foraging boost. Very funny. We're working on monkey. I don't have pet rules, so I can't do the foraging swap with pet and with the monkey and ocelot. But it's okay, it's okay. Still cool that I got it. Otherwise, if you really want me to talk about the foraging pets, I think you saw the lion was in the pet care earlier, which is cool. Yeah, I'm just leaving him in pet care when I can, for free. I don't want to level these terrible pets up like the giraffe. Just miserable. Just awful. And otherwise, yeah, I got some of the crafts out of the way, like the acacia birdhouse. I still have not beaten the last talisman upgrade tier. I think I'm a few campfire trial of fires away from getting there, but I'm working on it. Oh wait, swap back to mining actually. I have most of the mining stuff, but if we want to talk about what's interesting in particular, I have an artifact of power with flawless, jade and amber, and we have a perfect topaz. I don't have anything else. I'll work on it once I get like the Devon set up. You know how it is. The jungle amulet, of course, stuff like that. The only other really relevant thing I think I want to talk about is if it's on this page or the other, God only knows. There it is, the titanium relic. I got that out of the way earlier than not. It's annoying having all the forge time dedicated to it. But permanent mining speed boost, pretty good. Hard to argue with. Back on the foraging, yeah, not too much interesting to think about. Is there anything that interesting other than acacia birdhouses? Oh, actually there is! I had my oak minion up for a while. We have large storages on every one of our minions, and we have 30 out of 31, I think it is. And we have the extra large storage here. I think I actually do have a jumbo storage for, funnily enough, a relevant minion to the skill. Oh, I haven't checked it in a bit, I guess. I'm not even gonna swap correct pets. I don't care. Yeah, we have the biggest chest size, the Jumbo XX or whatever it's called. Extra large jumbo chest. I hate this minion, but it's something that we just live with. We live with getting a flower minion up for getting to the 31st slot for now, because the Let me tell you, the Slayer ones are not more fun than that. But yeah, we've gotten basically everything I wanted out of foraging for now. I think I even have a surplus of jungle from just keeping the minion up because I didn't want to grind it. We have enough to fucking get the final tier of the fire trial talisman. I didn't want to forage, and there's no point. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I'm gonna let me tell you. Let me put on my signature actually, just so I can tell you as firmly as possible. You like my egg? You, you don't need it. The foraging update, they've already announced it. It's coming. If you get foraging 50, you're just a lunatic, or you've done too much in the game. If you've done more than me, it's too much. I'm playing the perfect amount. I'm healthy. I'm not coping. God, I love this. This Fermento helmet, the ultimate one. It's so fun. You can change it to a bunch of stuff, but I love this little the colon 3 face. Yay! I'm so cute. I love it. I love it so much. But foraging, yeah, I mean it's really boring in its current state. I'm really happy. The update looks cool with all the attributes, but like I got everything I wanted out of foraging. Did the manual stuff to get the acacia birdhouse things, and I mean, you know, all the terrible, terrible pets. Let's just look at the next skill docket. Enchanting. There's not too much for me to say here. Enchanting is a piss easy thing to level up if you don't have it leveled up max already. They increase the coin rewards for everything. It's like 1,000,000 for every level. Like, I think 50 and after, but even might even be before that, like 40 and after. It's just free money. It's good. I'm not doing my dailies, I should be. But I got a bunch of random stuff like, you know, Vampirism 6, Scavenger 4. I think in terms of relevant things, I'm scared. I'm always like very low, and in fact, I might even be out of what is it? Luck? Not luck 6. It's looting 4. You just go through it so fast. It's annoying. I think that's the one thing. If I increase my participation in the winter stuff, yeah, I'll get more. But otherwise, enchanting is honestly a really fucking boring skill. I think they need to change how the books work, because the fact that you can get like level 5 enchants that you can just get from here, why? Why why is that a thing? What, I just throw them into the void every time. They should at least make it so you can like scavenge them for XP or something, even if it's minimal, or maybe even, you know, XP for the skill, anything. And on top of that, I I am on my hands and knees. I am on my hands and knees begging you, admins, just take those fucking redundant ones away. Do you know how? Hold on, hold on. I've gotten Bane of Arthropod 6 multiple times from this. I swear to fucking God. Where are they? Where are they? If they're not in here, I don't know. Bane of Arthropod 6 is in here. Why? You get it from Spider Slayer. But I've already gotten it from Spider Slayer. I don't need it. It goes on one weapon and then I'm done. I hate I hate that there are some oversights with some of these skills. Though I will say, enchanting improved quite a bit with its respective update. I think it's more fun than it was, and it's nice that it's good. It's just, they need another like enchanting like 1 point or 2.5 to just fix a lot of the small things. Glad it's better though, but it's also just kind of. I mean, and we have the level 100 Guardian, which you get the drop from Vampire Slayer. So I have a 7% chance to find ultra rare books and super pairs. Honestly, I've not even been bothering with that. I'm just leveling up like the spider with it or something. But yeah, it's still good. Still worth having. Next skill. Next skill. Oh, cut that up. Time for the next skill. That was terrible. I'm so sorry. Alchemy, we already went over because it's nothing. Carpentry, it's nothing. Rune crafting, it's nothing. Taming, yeah. Well, actually, there's a little bit to talk about with taming. Obviously, I've been getting my owl up, and obviously, pet care is a little unlocked from earlier. But Georgie is actually mostly done. He's still asking for three painful ones. Mythic Enderman, Epic Jellyfish, and Rare Frostwisp. But I even got stuff like Bal out of the way, which, God bless, we're done with those. Terrible. Oh god, he's not. I kept thinking he was asking for the snowman. Oh no, you need the mythic snowman, right? The snowman's just annoying to get. Yeah. But yeah, George. I don't know what to say. I hate George. He needs to give you more money for a bunch of random pets, just so Ironmen don't have to suffer with storing away excess pets in the hopes that one day they'll actually increase the prices to be fair. It's a scam. Please help. Is that? Never mind. He called me out. He saw me staring. He saw me stare. Oh yeah, my speed cake. Speaking of, if you want to see miscellaneously, I got a Kixel. And I got 6 EXP share cores. I had 8, but I've used 2 of them. One on the Spirit, one on the Ocelot, so that's pretty good. Is there anything else here? Social doesn't matter. Ah, yes. Dungeoneering. I spent most of my time as a Berserk, which will lead back into combat. But yeah, Catacombs 27, basically grinding out floor 6 right now. But I'm a Berserk, mainly, but I've been tanking this floor. I feel like it's pretty good. So in particular, we'll start with dungeon specifically on this. We have a good bit going on. We have basically the maxed out Mender helmet. It's 5 million for literally just like 30 health or something for the final upgrade. It's not worth it. I'm not doing anything extra, okay? This is where it's at. I haven't put fumings on it, but listen. Maybe I will. The thing we are proud of, oh, tier 13, 5-star giant perfect chest plate. I don't have a split atom or whatever, so I can't put that on here. But I mean, it's all fuminged. The amethysts aren't great, but they're what I had on hand. We have max. We have rejuvenate 5, last stand 4. I'm very happy with this. I had a growth 6, but I think I put it on my what is it? The Sven armor when I had it, the Mastiff armor. Oh, we have clean Necromancer leggings. It's 3-starred. I think it came 1-starred, and I just put an extra star or 2 on it. It's fine. Rejuvenate 3, you know. Rejuvenate 5 on this, obviously, though. Mender Fedora is the best one. And we also have clean Necromancer Lord boots. I also have the helmet, but I realized that I want Vitality. So we go with that. And I like putting Feather Falling 10 on everything. Yeah, only Rejuvenate 2, though. I might replace them with, like, a pair of diamond boots soon. You know, if I can get perfect boots. I have quite a few on me, so I could do that pretty soon. Uh, but it's pretty good. The thing I'm happiest about, it's a bit scattered here, but here is my 5-starred Honored Shadow Assassin Cloak. And I have it fragged as well. My fragged Colossal Adaptive Belt 5-starred. On top of that, let's go to my equipment bag. 5-starred and fragged Blended Bone Necklace, and 5-starred Soul Weaver Gloves, which don't actually have a frag. So, yeah, you can't upgrade them again, but I'm pretty happy with it. That's one of the things I wanted to focus on with Wither Essence was just getting a set of the equipment because I know some people say you can do max vitality with it or something, but I don't know. Like I already have good vitality, and specifically if you're wondering about the power I use, from Vampire Slayer I have Crumbly, and that gives quite a bit of vitality, like 40 or 60. I felt pretty happy with that for healing purposes. One thing I wanted to do with my 2 vampire... I don't know why they look like this, by the way, like unskinned. My snail for the longest time was just like a player head. But they fixed that somehow, but these guys aren't. Yeah, but these 2, which if you're curious, this is the higher leveled one, which has Mithril Infusion level 9. Pretty sick. It does give a Reforged that gives Vitality, which I was thinking about, but I'm really just trying to get them up in the first place. I do have an Adaptive Blade that I've held sometimes for defense, but I don't know. Otherwise, for my healing items that I like to use during it, I recently grinded out this, the Manaflux Power Orb, and we also have the Wand of Restoration with Alt-Wise 5, and something I'm very, very, very happy about, I somehow lost my first heroic Florid Zombie Sword. Don't ask me how. I might have thrown it into the void. I don't know where it went. But here's my second one that I've kept with Alt-Wise 4. I gotta get it to 5. But yeah, heroic Florid Zombie Sword. Very happy. So that's a pretty decent healing item. You know, it helps you stay alive. And we also have Lesser Orb of Feeling, but that's for other players, and I don't care. But yeah, I feel like I have an okay tank setup. I'm not really sure what else I can do other than getting Whale Legendary, which I've been working on, but I can't really do much. I gotta wait for these guys to generate the cooked fish, which I should almost be done. Thank God. So then I can actually wheel the whale in. I also got the turtle when I was going dark auction shopping for the parrot. But, I think I overpaid for him, and he's only, like, epic or something. And he's a combat leveling pet, which is just terrible. But, I mean, he's worth considering as a pet. But he's also, like, 10 mil to upgrade. I'm still, like, let's show how much money is in the bank. 8.9 mil, because, yeah, just add the price of a cookie onto it, and that's where I was, like, a little bit ago, like, a few days ago. Yeah, I don't buy cookies consistently, clearly. Terrible. Our DPS weapon. I do a thing where I like to go onto the floor, like, ahead, and then grind it out a bit for stuff. I grinded out a Fell Sword. You might be thinking, this thing is not good. Shockingly good. At least for, like, generic dungeons and stuff before the Crimson Isles. This thing's good. It's legitimately good with Suspicious. The extra 100 damage outside of dungeons is crazy. It lets you use your class ability with just a right click, so you don't need to have the stupid dungeon orb out, which I thought was very convenient. And I mean, it's just got good stats, really. The damage is fine, it gives you strength. I don't know what to say about it other than this thing's decent. It's been my weapon of choice for a while. Something I was working on a little. I was trying to get the Bone Reaver, but, oh, I randomly got a Livid Dagger to drop, but then I realized this weapon's ass. It's really not as good as you'd think. Also, it's so expensive to start. Just miserable. I'm sure it's fine, but the getting critical hits by getting behind your target, no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, Spirit Sword we basically maxed out, so I'm hoping to get through it. We got the Shaman Sword that I was using as my best weapon for a while. On the first few floors of dungeons, like floors 1 and 2, you can get by with Mastiff Armor and the sword if you just go like Berserker or something, or Healer. It's not bad. I think it's a perfectly valid option. It does decent damage even though it's not starred. For a while I was using Unstable, which was easily enough 5-starred, but... And honestly, Unstable worked through floor 5, but on floor 6 is where you really start to meet some resistance, and you actually have to start caring about your build. Our primary combat pet when we don't have Godpod is the Griffin, because he gives me, you know, strength 7, and a decent amount of crit damage and crit chance. So, I mean, he's pretty good. For actual combat stuff, I'm gonna be honest, I just don't know who I use. I don't really have good combat pets. I was just using the whale for tanking. Yeah, there's not really much of a good setup for combat. I did grind out full Shadow Assassin armor, which has its uses. It was pretty nice for floor 5, just going easy. Full starring it though is a pain, so I haven't done that because Wither Essence is something else. But it's a great set. Just gives you really good combat bonuses outside of dungeons. And I guess that takes us into Slayers, since I want to just talk about the specific combat stuff before branching out. We have a full set of Tarantula armor. Now this stuff is okay. It's not really worth it, but the Tarantula helmet's crazy. Like, it is just Warden Helmet light, but the light is not very light. It's pretty good. It gives you quite a bonus for the crit damage per 10 strength. It's crazy. And yes, I'm rocking a Slime Hat Revenant armor setup. It works for whatever the highest tier it is, because I'm fighting that. It's fine. I'm hoping to get this up. I have like over a stack or two. I think I'm getting close to 2 stacks of Revenant flesh, so I'm gonna try and get the armor up first. But you know, it's good. It does what it's supposed to, and my mage setup is legitimately crystal and necrotic shadow goggles. Yeah. If I didn't mention earlier, speedster for snail. Yeah, it's ass. Here's Candy Pepperson! Yay! If I want to do spooky festivals, that doesn't really matter though. But for Slayers, we have okay stuff going on here. You know, I've been working on getting champion to max for Sharp Voidwalker. I don't know how to do Enderman Slayer. I'm gonna be honest. I've killed a bunch of tier 1s and I don't really know how to do tier 2. I'm getting to the point where I can probably do it in terms of combat though, so I might try it. But here's our Suspicious Reaper Falchion with all hot potatoes and fumings. Champion X. It looks pretty yoinky. I got what is it called? I got the zombie killing enchant at max, almost max, smite 6. It's pretty sick. I like this Suspicious because that's what I got. I'm quite happy with that. Otherwise, we actually do have the Suspicious Scorpion foil. I mean, it is better than anything else I have, but it's not great, I'll be honest. The stupid ability is miserably bad. It's just terrible. But, you know, it's a Slayer weapon, it works. And it does what it's supposed to. Is that all? I got the Ghoul Buster upgraded. Look at that. Ooh, spooky fests. Very fun. Yeah, Maddox Buff. You know what? You will be in use. We can show exactly where we're at. We got level 7 Revenant Horror. We got level 7 Tarantula Broodfather. Level 6 working on 7 for Spend Packmaster. Yeah, Void Glooms I don't know how to do. Ripstalker Max, but not all the drops I need. And obviously I can't do him yet for Inferno Demon Lord. We don't question that. But perhaps one day I will be rolling the dice like my boy Zach. I'm not. I may play this game and I may be insane. I'm broke. I'm not gonna waste all my money trying to get more broke. You know what I'm saying? Uh, oh, that was the least smooth thing I've ever done in my life. Oh. As for combat minion setups, we have quite a few of them maxed, actually. So let's take a look-see on over here. One of the things I finished up recently was the Ghast Minion Tier 12. Takes a while, but it's not the worst grind. As long as you check on it often enough, and then it won't fill up. Yeah, Revenant Minion, we got a few tiers up. I've got Tarantula up a fair amount because I feel like it's great. I've maxed out pretty much everything else in terms of, you know, Spider, Creeper, I just finished, Skeleton, working on Vampire, Cave Spider, Blaze were very, very, very close. Like, it might even be done, like, because I haven't checked it today. But we're like 15 out of 16. And then I'll start making more once it's like tier 12, because I don't really have that many good minions up anyways. Magma Cube I have up. I have enough grinded out in the background to create my Vanquished set. I just don't have the mats for it yet, and I haven't gone for it. Enderman tier 11. We got Gas tier 12. God bless. I put up Slime Minion because I forgot I didn't get out the Slime Bow for Museum, so we're working on that. After Slime, yeah, there's not too much else to report about. But Creeper in particular is annoying. I'm getting the bow, the explosive bow for Museum, and I've got the one set. If you know about it, it's called Monster Hunter, and then there's Monster Raider, which actually requires 3 out of the 4 same items, including the Creeper Pants, which take quite a bit of enchanted gunpowder. But instead of the spider boots, it's just tarantula boots. So we're working on that. Annoying. But, pretty reasonable insofar as that goes. Tarantula, I have constantly up because I'm really just trying to get string for infinite Revenant flesh. You may wonder, why do we need zombie flesh? We seem to have all that we need for it. Well, that brings us to the museum. That's just not how you spell it. God bless living in the age of autocorrect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dear Lord. As for museum, we're nothing too fancy. A lot of the basics out of the way. I've been doing funny things like just slapping on enchants. Oh, I used the Raider Axe for a while. Look at that. But I just slap on enchants that I think are funny and will help the value. They don't boost it by too much, but you'll see what I mean in a sec. Oh, by the way, I like maxed out. I was maxing out this Recluse Fang. It's so bad. Why was I doing that? I don't know. But it's particular with these bows. I had an infinite quiver, so I was like, put infinite quiver on it. It added like 10,000 in value, I guess. It's not much, but it's something. So it's funny. But yeah, we have basically all the Arachne bows. I've been getting a bunch of the stuff from dungeons, like Zombie Knight's Sword. We have the Bonzo Staff is just ass. I don't know why it's so bad. It's just terrible, though. The Silk Edge Sword and the Leaping Sword. Yes, like I said, I'm trying to fill up the empty slots, even with the redundant prior items, just for museum value. So I got the Leaping Sword and a 5-starred Silk Edge Sword. I just think that's really funny. So that's what I got there. Runin's Bow 5-starred. I haven't been using it much. I thought it was okay. I just I'm not really killing dragons right now, but I'll pull it out if I want to kill dragons or something. What the hell is this? I don't even know. Oh, this is the Adaptive Blade, which I used for a while in dungeons. Pretty damn good. Like 10 damage, 75 strength, and 10 speed when I was playing Berserker. It's appreciated. Got a Blade of the Volcano recently, and here's this sort of bad health as well. Pretty bad stuff. We got a bunch of the other generic garbage. Arachnes is annoying. You have to get an entire set of the end armor too, which takes a little bit, but it's not terrible. Gobdino, heat armor. I just crafted because it was cheap. Uh, here I've recently. This is the thing I had the zombie minion up for. Zombie armor. Like I said, I like putting in the redundant sets. I think it's funny. Crystal we pulled out just in case we like doing intelligent stuff. I'm actually pulling up a collection of Seymours recently. I was just like, if I spend this much time in dungeons, I should just be collecting something, right? Did I say dungeons or garden? I don't know what I just said, but this is literally not the page. It's oh yeah, look at all these treats from Hoppities. Yeah, we got a little collection, so I'm trying to get through all of them. Have some fun on the side there. I even got an extra set of melon. That was funny. Here's our snowsuit collection. You do need the equipment for it. Glaciite. I was using Glaciite in early dungeons. Shockingly good. Zombie Commander. Werewolf. I saw it was way too much to star, so I didn't bother with it. Plus, I was just like, but doesn't seem good enough to tank. There's my unstable I talked about. Here's Rampart. It's just shit you don't care about. Rarities is where it gets really funny. So I've dropped a lot of things in the garden. Some of them turned out to be useful. It turns out if you just put Mossy on something, you add a lot of value. So I got a Mossy Lantern helmet. Oh yeah, I got extra Soul Weaver gloves. A Mossy Farber boots. Mossy Rancher's boots. Yeah, it turns out that really does increase the value. I put a Zombie Heart in here at one point. Spirit boots, Mithril coat. Oh yeah, and I'm trying not to donate items that I actively use because I just like having the item in there permanently. So that'll bug you all, and it'll be really fucking funny. Here's an extra Rift necklace I just bought from Rusty. Crafted an extra wand of healing and stuff. And I stopped doing it because I've been selling tickets, but I might do it again. I may have the max toes, but I started getting a secondary set of them to craft up. So I have the base tier of everything in terms of my hose. And then I got, extra fungi cutter. I got an extra cactus knife, melon dicer. I thought it was funny. I think it's good. But, yeah. Oh my god, look at these fucking people begging. Jesus. Wait, can anyone help me get to full Necron? I'll take any. Play the game. You see why I'm an Iron Man? Because I like this game and I want to play it. Why? Why would you beg? Just play the game. If you don't want to play the game and grind for it, just stop playing the game. That's the game. It's all grind. It's a lot of it is grinds, which I enjoy. But like, come on, guys. See, my museum's fun. I haven't paid the 10 mil to see exactly where I'm at, but I got a few. Yeah, I got the first two at least. So we'll be working on it. I only got like one bank upgrade. You know how it is. You know how it is. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I said earlier, bunch of sacks, a bunch of tallies, a bunch of sacks. As for the exact ones, I don't know. Here's bait if you want to see it. Here's my grip. Oh my god, I'm running lower than I thought. Not that I go through that fast. But yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. Oh, Scarf Grimoire. I wasted a recom getting that up, but I grinded out Grimoire early. Candy Relic, the Tooth Necklace. And we got a bunch of stuff like Melody's Hair. You know, all the basic stuff I got out of the way. Made sure to get the Glacial Artifact already, because I got the Ice Minions up. It's like a free upgrade. Got the Agaramu Artifact. We're only up to the Blue Jerry tally. You know how it is. Lava tally's just free and easy. Got a lucky. I've got a couple lucky hooves. Uh, what else? Anything? Miniaturized Tubulator. I haven't gotten all the Rift talismans. It's bugging me, but I'll do it someday. I got two golden gifts so far, so I got the golden gift talisman. Thank God. Big brain. We have the max deleter and compactor. And the lighter blue Abbey case. I wanted the fishing wisdom. Yeah, fishing. Got the bits tally more recently than not. I got the survivor cube because I finally got up that high. General's medallion is god tier. Get it immediately. And we're on the smooth chocolate bar. If you care about Hoppy's factory, yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm getting decent. Ooh, ooh. I'll just spam the biggest one. Yeah, that's efficient, right? Yeah. Uh, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. It's not efficient, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, there's my Neat Dragon short bow. I just use it for like dungeons and shit. Ooh. Firing lasers into your brain psychically. And that is motivating you to enjoy stretched out, long content because I don't know how to trim things. I mean, I'll trim it a bit, but you know, I just like going into the nitty gritty. Don't you love going into the nitty gritty? I do. Suspended werewolf art? Wow, that's ass. I'm being so mean to strangers. Sorry, you just didn't even start it. Like, what are you using it for? If I didn't already go over the combat minions, yeah, there's my blaze. No, I went over everything. That's perfectly fine. So the next goal is to get Devon's armor. Am I going to record the Nucleus runs? No, because I grind out the tools every single time. But I can share the results with y'all. I'm planning to do as many as I need to for Defense Fragments, or I'll just go afterwards. Got enough jungle keys, I think, and I got, you know, at minimum, I think 12 of each part. Yeah, Super Light was the one that was low on, so we got 12 of every single part, and that's the big goal for the profile at the moment, is to finally get over the threshold where I have full Devons. Then I don't know, then we either focus on the lava worms directly or do some fishing stuff. Getting silver trophy fishing was pretty good for the moment, so I felt like that's pretty good. But I'm not entirely sure if that's what I should be doing with my time. That's a good question. I could start to, if I buy enough cookies, I could start going for, whatchamacallits. What, are they called enhancements? Or the things you put on tallies, you know, of, legendary or higher. I might go for those for Sea Creature chance. Who knows? But for the moment, the profile's, I'd say, pretty decent. I at least have some good direction as of late with mining. I think money has been one of the big hinders of my progress. Overall, I didn't do much for grinding it at all. And so, yeah, I don't think it's necessary. After a certain point, it becomes more necessary than not, but You can do quite a bit without money on Skyblock, in my opinion, on Iron Man. It's pretty humble and fun, just like doing farming stuff for me. But obviously, if we want to do the big things, if we want to get through dungeons and get better weapons to actually access, say, like, cool stuff with a giant sword level damage, like even actually lava fishing effectively, we gotta go for it. So that's fair. I'm very willing to do that. If I did I not share my combat pets either? We got Max Bat. Oh yeah, we got Endermite. That's funny. I guess I didn't mention that for mining. Very good for salvaging if you haven't already, but yeah, we don't really do too much. I just level up Wolf. I don't really care. Hound is really good for getting museum stuff for dungeons, so I've been enjoying using that quite a bit. Zombie's a lot better for Revenant Slayer than it used to be. I haven't gotten a ghoul drop yet, which sickens me though. Ugh. Skelly, Jerry, all that. And that should probably summarize everything for the profile. Yeah, your dad is a viewer. That's freaking awesome. Let's go. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. It's just like an extensive, lengthy recap of everything under the sun. In this case, under the moon. But you know how it is. Gotta get the basics out of the way before everyone's like, "Where are you at? Where are you at on this? Where are you at on this?" Well, if you want, you can watch the episode 0 with a miserable amount of me talking about boring ass details that aren't interesting unless you autistically played this game. Or unless you're like, wow, a new game. I haven't seen any of this before. Everything's exciting. Which I do. Sometimes you just gotta look at games and be like, wow, I've never played it. I love learning things about games, even though I don't know anything that's going on. You gotta spaz out a little. You gotta be a little bit of a know nothing appreciator. But yeah. Sorry if my personality doesn't shine through because it was monotonous. But you know how it is. Gotta get through everything. So yeah. We love to see the profile progress. We love to see it. You know what's a good way to cap it off? The true indicator. Even though I've been in progress in Garden and gotten no progress from Skyblock XP, we are 3,158. That's better than last time I checked. Wow, we're doing pretty good. So I'm already in the. I'm almost closing in on the top 3,000. So that's exciting. We're in the top 4K right now. Top 3,200. So that's very exciting. And you know that you're excited because I told you it's exciting. So if you tune on in, thank you. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching.